Until now, we told AI exactly what to do. Today, we'll build something smarter. Now, AI will decide what to do by itself. This is your first Cortex agent. Today, we are building AI agent, not just an AI that answers your question, but an AI that think about your question, that chooses the right tool, that runs multiple steps automatically, and then gives the exact final answer to your question. Let's understand why we need the Cortex AI agent. So far in the challenge, we have been looking and managing the AI by giving them the instructions and the steps to proceed to come to a final answer, right? But now we'll just ask the question, and AI agent will decide what information to choose and required, which tool to use, which and it search the data, whatever is required, it calculates the numbers, it combines everything into one single answer. So you don't need to guide basically. So agent will decide and figure it out automatically. In short, earlier you were driving a car by yourself, but now you just give the destination and AI will drive itself. This is day 26 of 30 days of AI coding challenge. This challenge is structured in a way that you learn by doing step-by-step build the AI apps in the Snowflake using Streamlit. Make sure you complete all the previous day's challenges before moving on to today's challenge. Let's start with the demo. In day 26, we are going to build the Cortex AI agents and we'll step by step tell you the steps to do that same, right? So let's start with the demo. In that, there are two major steps in that. First, we need to set up the data for the agent to use. Okay, and then the creation of the agent. So there are two-step process. But in the data step, right? You see in the data step, there are multiple sub-steps to it that you need to just click on the button and you're good to go. But you need to understand what we are doing over here. So the step in the data step, the first step is to create the database and schema. It will just run execute this query. So if you click on this, it will run the query at the backend and step one is completed. Database is created. Schema is there. Now we also use the compute underscore WH warehouse for executing all these steps, right? Now we are creating a sales conversation table so that we can load some inserts statements in that will be required and used by the Cortex Search to give input to the agent. Okay, so it's having some conversation. You can see conversation ID, transcript, text is there. Okay, and it will in the backend also execute the some 10 insert statements having some script. Now click on step 2. Run step 2. Okay, step 2 is completed. Now the third step is creating the search service. So Cortex Search service that we created also, we already know what it is and we already created in previous stage challenge. Okay, so make sure you just understand it, what it's doing. They are actually changing the tracking for sales conversation table, making it true so that they can track the changes for Cortex Search. Okay, and then creating a Cortex Search sales underscore conversation underscore search. Okay, it's creating a search on transcript underscore text column, and the attributes are rest of the columns. Warehouse is this, and as select means selecting all the columns from the sales conversation table where the date is greater than this much date. Okay, just a filter. And lag is also there for 1 hour. Okay, now we click on run. So guys, you can see the service already exists because I've already created it in my previous practice. It's already exists, so it's no need to create the new, but usually it takes 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, if it's taking more time, try to end the session and restart again. Okay, now then step 4 is creating the sales metric table that's having the data from the sales table. Sales exactly, right? All the matrices around the sales, like what's a deal ID, customer name, all the information regarding the deal. Okay, and it also had the insert statement. So we click on this, it will replace the table if it already exists and insert all the records. Now, next is uploading the semantic model YAML. This basically YAML file tells that this is in this table, in this sales underscore metrics table, what exactly is a metric? Okay, what is a dimension? What are the time dimensions are available? What are the measures? Okay, so it tells that in detail. That's all information is mentioned over here. You can download this YAML and upload it manually if required, but for in this case, just first focus on auto uploading it. So you can see it's automatically uploaded to the stage. Okay, and manual steps are also there available here. Now Last step is to verify if all the setup is completed successfully or not. Okay, you can see the bubbles are here. It means everything is done. Database is done. Conversation table is here. Service is here. Metrics table is here, and the model is moved into the stage. Now, this is the task for day 26. Okay, in day 27, we'll try to use this Cortex agent that we built today. Okay, so if you are good today, then you are good for the day. Now, let's move to the code to understand how we did it. Okay. So it's day 26, the code walkthrough. Now, some explanation is there that, hey, what is Cortex Agent? It's a AI-powered assistant that can autonomously use the tools to complete the task. We don't need to give proper instructions. It plan the things, select the tool, and execute it. Okay. Now, let's go directly to the main step-by-step implementation. So first is they are creating a conversation table, loading all the data. Service is also creating, right? I have already explained this. Sales metric table is being created and the semantic model is uploading. Now, creating the multi-tool Cortex agent. Okay, why we are telling multi-tool? It means it can use Cortex Analyst as well as Cortex Search service. Search service you're already aware about it. Just to give you an overall basic idea about these three major services in Snowflake. So Cortex Search service is there that help the agent to find the information from the documentation like unstructured data, those transcript scripts that is there available in the table. Now, Cortex Analyst will really help the agent to calculate the numbers, the matrices from the available metric table. Okay, and agent itself is like a brain. It's a main brain for the tool that really decide that should I use this Cortex Search, or should I use the Cortex Agent, right? Should I calculate, or what should I do, right? It can decide by themselves and give us a result back. Moving back to this code, okay? So it's agent. Agent is basically our AI agent is basically we already understood in the previous steps, right? Now, what is the code behind it? So this is the simple syntax in SQL. So now try to understand. We are creating this agent. Agent is one of the object in Snowflake. This is the name and providing all the specifications below. So what are the instructions? Response is provided. Okay, that hey, for response, what are the instructions for response? It's mentioned here. Provide clear, concise answer based on the available data. Okay, do not hallucinate or answer off the topic. Good. How to orchestration. So provide questions about sales metric, total, and all those stuff using the sales analyst tool, the Cortex Analyst tool. And for all questions regarding conversation script, okay, using the conversation search tool. Okay, so we have two tools that agent can use. Other thing you can decline. Okay. Some more information is mentioned that, hey, what all search service and analyst service you want to use, and all information is mentioned over here, which warehouse triggers. Okay. Once this is done, then we are just displaying everything in the Streamlit. Simple as that. Okay. Now, cool. So some more information is mentioned. Hey, why we use a multi-tool agent, right? So all those information is there. So if you want to learn more about Cortex Agent, Analyst, and Cortex Search Service, so these are the documentation you can refer. I'll put in a document in the description below, and you can explore more that what a Cortex Agent is, what are the syntax, and more in detail. Okay, same for the Analyst and for the Cortex Search Service. Okay, so this is it for the code walkthrough. So in today's video, we learn about Cortex Agent, Cortex Search Service, Cortex, the Analyst, and how Cortex Agent basically use these all services together and give us a response back. This is Sudeep Kumar. If you want to see more of my videos, do subscribe to the channel and like the video and share with your friends. Comment down once you complete today's channel, and tomorrow we'll be building very exciting chat interface for this multi-tool agent. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.